Alright, and hey guys, this is Zach Moore, aka Blue Spartan 107 here. I know I was supposed to put up a review last week, but in the middle of recording it just suddenly stopped, and I had talked for like an hour making the review video, so I just said fuck it, I'm not doing it again. Not until at the very least Friday, because this week I'm actually going to talk about my thoughts and opinions on the Destiny beta. As you all know, the Destiny beta became free for gold players on Xbox 360, and I'm pretty sure also Xbox One. So I took the chance to immediately jump into the action. I downloaded it, and I played the demo, which you're pretty much just stuck in the part of old Russia on Earth that, has been displayed, and I enjoyed it very much. I really did. The entire experience reminded me of a combination of Borderlands mixed with, Halo a bit, mixed with some Star Wars, some Mass Effect, and it's really starting to bring back, like my opinions on sci-fi RPGs, I guess, since Mass Effect 3's flop with the ending and whatnot kind of spoiled my opinions on them. But that's an argument for another day. I'm just gonna get right to the chase on the whole Destiny beta, and I'm gonna put this up for you guys after a bit of editing because I do edit it sometimes. Okay, so beta starts off. You see this little guy, he's kind of like a robot flying around, and you see some of the enemies are chasing him. It looks like a post-apocalyptic world, like cars are destroyed, there's skeletons, and then you just see him finally find who he's looking for. And my character actually looks like Luke Skywalker, okay? It's very funny. He does. He looks like Luke Skywalker. If you go to my Facebook page, which is always in the link, you'll actually find pictures of that in some of the first few posts. So, yeah. And I made my character a Titan, which he's got like the most armor and everything, but that doesn't mean, that he is invincible because the level cap's only up to level 8. So he's not that great, not unless you have a team, but he was pretty awesome. So anyways, the little thing that was flying, the ghost, he's voiced by Peter Dinklage, and I think that Peter Dinklage, did a good job. Not like Game of Thrones style, which is good because if he's bringing in Game of Thrones into Destiny, it's going to get way too complicated real fast. I mean, his voice kind of sounded monotone, but it was okay because he was playing as a robot. So it's understandable. Sometimes robots are, monotone. And, he finds you a ship, and you also have to go back to that place for the second mission, get yourself some kind of slip space engine, faster than light travel thing attached to it. I forget the exact name of it though, but I'm just going to refer to it as names that I actually know, like slip space drive. That's a good example for it. Pretty much you can just go at light speed to any part of the galaxy. And afterwards you actually talk to this character who is the one that speaks for the Traveler, the giant ball that's flying over the last city on Earth, protecting everyone that's there, including, of course, the humans, which I played as a human. That's why I said he looks like Luke Skywalker. The Awoken, I believe they're precisely named. I'm not exactly sure what they are, although my friend Eric said that they're probably just humans that became fully connected to the Traveler, and they were just fully awoken and had eternal understanding or something like that. I'm probably butchering what he said, but that's just my interpretation. And then there's also the Exos, which are pretty much, cyborgs or automatons that also are powered by the Traveler, which Eric, he actually played as an Exo Hunter, so he could light his gun on fire, throw incendiary grenades, throw knives. My character, he could punch people to death, but he also had a flashbang grenade to start. I was able to also get him a pulse grenade from using my flashbang a lot. And he has the slam ability, or called like Fist of Havoc, or that's one of his abilities. But he jumps forward and he slams down, and if the enemies are weak enough, he can actually boom, they disintegrate or something. They're just gone. But then you have some of the stronger enemies that are still standing. You're like, ah, shit. My character also ended up using an assault rifle, a shotgun, and a rocket launcher by the end. and he had himself some very high quality armor. Although I was carrying some leg plates that I could wear, except I had to have been a level 10 to wear it, and the level cap is 8. So you can see how frustrating that was. On to another note, though, the weapons in the game are just a lot of them. There's a lot of them, It's like Borderlands with the fact that there's a lot of weapons, and that you can even upgrade some of the weapons in time. In fact, the last rifle that I had, it was an auto rifle, I believe. It had 55 attack, and I was able to increase the damage of it, and I was also able to change the little scope that I had, because, I had like one of those sights that it's just flat, square, and it had the circle with the lines on it. I forget exactly what kind of sight that's called, but then I switched to a scope, to use a Call of Duty term, an ACOG scope. And it was just awesome. I mean, it could switch between, like you could fire one shot at a time, or you could go full auto on it. And the rifle I had beforehand was, it acted like a battle rifle from Halo. How it fired 3 shots at a time, and you had to keep very still in order to keep it accurate. But, it was a good weapon. And, just there's a lot of weapons, and a lot of them can cause certain types of damage too, like in Borderlands. It was really cool. The enemies. The main ones that you pretty much fought against were the Fallen, if I'm correct. And they also had some zombie-type enemy. And they were completely just psychotic at some moments. The enemies, they're awesome, okay? But then you got some of the tougher bosses, and they were psychotic. And worse, there's actually some areas in the game that have been closed off by enemies you cannot defeat, for all intents and purposes, I guess. But, it was kind of annoying because I didn't realize that at first, so I kept running into these one enemies and just kept dying all the time. I'm like, and then Eric's like, dude, you're being an idiot. Look, they've got 2 question marks right next to their name. Do not attack them. They are invincible. I'm like, okay, fine, I get it now. I get it. I will not fight them anymore. He's like, good. Because Eric, I don't know why, but he sometimes thinks I'm an idiot. I don't blame him or anything. It's just Eric being Eric. He's a bit of a cynic, or sometimes he's even more narcissist than I am. Because I'm apparently a narcissist. I don't see it, but apparently I am. Moving back to topic. So, you end up, unlocking all the other stuff that you would unlock from playing the game that they wanted to introduce you to, including, of course, the land speeder, which is the Sparrow. That thing's pretty cool. I just wish it had guns on it. You can just pretty much use it right around everywhere. It automatically comes to you. If you just summon your ghost, he'll just bring it up. You're sitting in it, you're driving, and then you can press the trigger and you boost. It's fun. There's the tower that you go to in order to get new weapons, armor, or you can get some certain items that you actually find out in the world unencrypted, so that way you can use them. You can find these little ball thingamajigs, and they give you an encrypted engram, which if you unlock it, gives you, something special. A weapon, a piece of armor that you can use. It's really cool. I like that, how to do that. And at the tower, a lot of people can also just hang out with each other. You can just sit down anywhere you want. You can wave, you can point, and you can dance. And they've got different movements for different characters of both gender and race, which is pretty cool that they were able to make it like that. If the males sit down, they're just kind of, I'm going to use this empty bed as an example. Kind of like this. You guys can see me? Just sitting their bums down. Their legs are kind of bent. They're resting their arms on it, and they're just looking out into the sunset. And then the ladies are just doing they're just sitting down. Their legs are kind of to the side. They're just kneeling on one hand a bit, and they're just sitting there looking all pretty. The funny thing, though, about MMORPGs of all kinds, though, that my friend Eric actually experienced when he decided to create an awoken warlock, is that guys follow girls around. It's the unfortunate truth. I'll admit, even I did that a bit. But, it's really funny to see, when I know for a fact that Eric was playing as a girl, and all these guys are just swarming him. That's why I normally stick to playing as guys in games. Even just regular RPG games, I normally tend to play as a male character more than a female character. And I rarely ever play any MMORPGs. The only real ones I'm considering are, of course, Destiny. And currently, right now, while I'm trying to record this, I'm downloading Star Wars The Old Republic, but it is taking a long time to do so, which does kind of annoy me because of the internet connection that I have here. So, it's... Either way, though, I would normally just play as male characters a lot more than female characters in games where you can actually create the characters, because it just feels more natural to me. And if you were to, play on an MMORPG and play as a female character when you're a male character, it's kind of creepy, especially when they find out that you probably are a racist or a rapist or something like that, trying to lure little boys in. That analogy is going way too far. Either way, though, long story short, I like playing as male characters because if I play as a female character, the guy's probably going to hit on me, and I don't like that at all. So, alright, now, one of the things I liked about Destiny, was, you had good story, you had a good voice actor as well for yourself. You rarely speak, though, just in a few cutscenes. Kind of like in Saints Row 1, except Saints Row 1, they have you speak at the end of every little gang you're wiping out or meeting with the person at the end, and they just had you speak one cynic line or something like that. No, in Destiny, they actually have you speak a little bit more than that, which is nice. And, the armor types that I've actually used, they all look good, although I ended off with white and red. And everybody knows I'm Blue Spartan 107, so obviously I like blue. But there wasn't any blue armors that I could find that would be level 8 appropriate, unfortunately. That might change in my other playthrough, like when I actually play the game. But, right now I'm just in white and red armor. I honestly don't like white and red combined. It reminds me a bit of the Phoenix armor from Mass Effect 1, even though, of course, that was more of a pinkish red. Anyway, so they have a fuck ton of weapons, and a lot of them are pretty cool. They've got many different variants of shotguns, assault rifles, pistols. They're known as hand cannons, actually. The heavy pistols from Mass Effect 2 and 3, how those are like hand cannons. Or at least the phalanxes in Mass Effect 2. And I don't know where it went in Mass Effect 3, how it went from just 6 shots with a targeting laser to 12 shots that could actually be fired so quickly without that much stopping power. Okay, the environment looks awesome. Alright, I love the post-apocalyptic look to the Earth, and I also like the last city. How just looking out on the horizon, it looks spectacular. And you see the Traveler as well, and it looks like it's been damaged at the bottom too, which kind of adds to the whole mystery as to why it's floating there, because it's in comatose, if not dead. Alright? I'm pretty sure it's in comatose. Not like Commander Shepard from Mass Effect 2. He was clinically dead, then was slowly being brought back to life, and probably ended up in comatose. No, I'm pretty sure the Traveler is technically still in comatose, because it also sends out the ghosts in order to pick up Guardians, in order to protect the Earth, and, eventually the Guardians are supposed to be used to push back the darkness that's coming, that they've been warning about in the beginning of the game. Which, it looks like that Destiny isn't going to do any bullshit with that. They're telling you exactly what the threat is at the beginning. They're not doing some weird shit like Mass Effect 3. I'm using Mass Effect 3 a lot. I'm using the entire Mass Effect series, actually, to compare Destiny for some odd reason. Probably because I was trying to review Mass Effect last time before I did that bullshit thing where I stopped recording it and I was talking for an hour. But, Destiny, I totally love. I would pre-order it, but I'm kind of low on money. I'm trying to use them for groceries only right now. Oh, and laundry. Which reminds me, I gotta reload my laundry card. But, I love Destiny, what I've been shown, and I hope that Bungie, being the awesome game creators that they are, will make Destiny a legend. I'm pretty sure it'll be one of the best games of 2014, if not the best. Alright? So Destiny, Dragon Age Inquisition, those two games I'm watching out for. Assassin's Creed Unity and the Master Chief Collection I would get whenever I actually get an Xbox One. but I need to get a job first in order to actually have money to do so. Okay, so I'm going to end this review here, although I'm going to leave it off with a few more notes. One, I'm going to put up that Mass Effect review I wanted to do on last Monday. I'm going to try to put it up on Friday, I'm thinking. If not, it'll be on the Monday afterwards. I'm also going to be reviewing soon, probably Saints Row 2, since I technically finished that. And I'm also playing a few other games in order to, put up for the reviews. I'll also review Halo 3 ODST, since I've also played through that. I will review Devil May Cry 4 whenever I finish that. The Witcher 2, when I finish that, that will probably be a while though, because I'm kind of taking it slow, because the combat is a bit hard to get used to. I'm also going to try and play through the other games that I have on my Xbox that I haven't actually tried playing through, including Hitman Absolution, Gears of War, because I've never actually played through the Gears of War campaign. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to play through the whole trilogy for you. I'm going to try to finish up my Mass Effect 2 playthrough because I almost finished, but I have one slight problem. It's my Mass Effect 2 disc, the second disc, to be precise. It turns out it's been through a lot, and I didn't even notice this until just now because it's been glitching out a lot, making some, noise errors, and sometimes even get rid of the noise altogether, and it's just started to annoy the fuck out of me. I mean, just to the point where I want to strangle the disc, and you can't really strangle a disc because it's an inanimate fucking object. But anyways, no. I'm going to try to finish up some of the games that I'm already playing, and I'm also going to try to play some of the newer games that I had but never played through. And I'm also going to try to play through the games that I was playing through but didn't get to finish because my fucking Xbox wiped. That includes, of course, Walking Dead Season 2, which I'll also review Season 1 after playing through that again in order to get a good Season 2 save. Far Cry 3, I was kind of in the middle of it, but I put it down for a long time, and then the whole hard drive wiped. So I'm going to want to play through that again. Deus Ex Human Revolution, I was doing a Give Me Deus Ex playthrough. That's the hardest difficulty. And I was trying to do it, getting the Pacifist and Foxes of the Hounds achievement, because I never got the Pacifist achievement in the last two playthroughs I did. And the Foxes of the Hounds achievement is, you gotta be sneaky, super sneaky, okay? And I'm gonna want to replay through that, I guess. I'm also thinking of a few other games I could probably get, but I want to, of course, get my money first. Which I'm thinking of getting the other Devil May Cry games, including, of course, the newer one that a lot of people didn't really like too much, to give out my honest opinion. I'm thinking maybe a Metal Gear game, because a lot of people say that Metal Gear Solid always has, awesome boss battles and awesome story. So, if you guys have any Metal Gear games that are on Xbox 360 that you could recommend to me, I will definitely look into trying to get those. And I will also be, of course, trying to finish up some of the other games I'm playing that I've mentioned, but there are some I haven't mentioned. So obviously I'm trying to finish up the Mass Effect series. I'm trying to redo Dragon Age 1 and 2. Going to probably play through the campaigns of Halo Reach and Halo 4 again because I'm kind of in the mood. Tomb Raider as well. I loved Tomb Raider, the 2013 version, and I'd probably like to play through that again sometime. Random fact though, Tomb Raider was the reason why I didn't actually continue with Far Cry 3, since they were both quite similar in my opinion at the time, although right now, Assassin's Creed 3 and Tomb Raider actually seem much more similar than Far Cry 3 and Tomb Raider. It's just my own thing that I'm thinking. But, I'm going to play through a lot of games. I'm going to try to put up a new review every Monday, assume that I don't get another weird error like that, where it just stops recording in the middle of everything, and I will, be bringing up this channel more. Trying to do something with my life. And if I could figure out how to use my capture card on Andre's TV, or if I could give myself a new one, I'd actually be able to start recording stuff to put on this channel that I've wanted to put on this channel for years now. So yeah. I will also probably be working on some kind of awesome opening, although I will probably be borrowing other people's footage, like trailers, gameplay. I'll probably be borrowing that because I can't record it currently at the moment. So I will probably, put up a few different openings, and I want you guys to decide which one you think should be like the best opening. Of course, probably a lot of people won't be deciding anything because they won't be watching that so much. So, like this video if you think that my ideas on Destiny are totally agreeable. Dislike if you're just not in the mood. Comment on your opinions on Destiny or, games you'd like for me to see if I can get. And Share if you want to. Subscribe, I would actually ask, because I'd like to make this channel grow. And 27 subscribers, you know, if I get more subscribers, that would be nice. If my subscribers actually watch my movies and pass them around, that would also be nice. But, I will not beg for you guys. So, thank you for watching this video. I will see you next time. Peace.